Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. In 1966, the classic film El Dorado hit the theaters. It's a Western film that was directed and produced by Howard Hawks, and it starred John Wayne and Robert Mitchum. The supporting cast includes James Caan, Charlene Holt, Paul Fix, Arthur Honeycutt, Michelle Carey, R.G. Armstrong, Ed Asner, Christopher George, Adam Rourke, and Jim Davis. The storyline follows Cole Thornton, the gunslinger for hire with a lightning-fast right hand, as he rides into the dusty town of El Dorado, Texas. All this done to work for the ruthless local landowner, Bart Jason. But Jason is in a dispute with his rival, Kevin McDonald, whose family holds the area's water rights. Under those circumstances, and with the town's sheriff, who's an alcoholic sharpshooter, and Cole's old friend, J.P. Hara, he's unable to help. It's up to Thornton and his trusty companion, Mississippi, to sober up J.P. and try to stop the reign of terror of Jason and his newest bully, Nelson McLeod. However, Cole's old bullet wound foretells that this is not going to be an easy task. The movie was released in the United States June 7, 1967, and it received critical praise and was a complete commercial success. Lee Brackett, the screenwriter who wrote the original script, said that it was the best script that she had ever done in her life. But as the production got nearer, she had the feeling that they were doing Rio Bravo all over again, and she didn't like doing the same thing multiple times. She told the director, Howard, "I've already done that. I've already done this." He said, "It's okay. We can do it over again." When Mitchum was called to get his role in the film, he asked the director what the story was. The director told him, "There's no story, just characters," and that's the way it was. They did one scene, put it away, did another, and put it away. The film was shot in Technicolor at Old Tucson Studios, just west of Tucson, Arizona. There was also some filming done in Utah, and it was all done from October of '65 to January of '66. The movie was John Wayne's 138th picture, and it was actually filmed before War Wagon, but its release was delayed so that Paramount's Nevada Smith with Steve McQueen would not have to compete with a John Wayne film at the box office. The movie finally reached theaters in June of 1967, a month after War Wagon had opened. It was the only screen pairing between John Wayne and Robert Mitchum. Though they both appeared in the movie The Longest Day, they shared no scenes in that film together. This is the second of 3 films directed by Howard Hawks about a sheriff defending his office against belligerent outlaw elements. This one came after Rio Bravo from 1959 and before Rio Lobo from 1970, and both of them starred John Wayne in similar roles. Footage from this film was later incorporated into the opening montage of John Wayne's final film, The Shootist. This all done to illustrate the backstory of Wayne's character. James Caan plays the character Mississippi in the film, and he recites a poem during the movie called El Dorado by Edgar Allan Poe. This poem has actually 4 verses. James Caan's character recites 3 of them, omitting the second. This verse laments the aging knight's failure to locate El Dorado. He recites the first verse and part of the 4th, riding with John Wayne after they meet for the first time, and the 3rd when Wayne is about to ride out for the final gunfight, and the complete 4th when he himself takes up the second wagon's reins. John Wayne was so impressed by Christopher George's performance as the villain that he told him during filming that he was going to work with him again. He kept his word on that. He rehired him for the movie Chisholm from 1970 and The Train Robbers from 1973. Though Wayne was playing an older character in the film, he declined to wear a gray toupee in the movie. Most people don't realize that John Wayne was pretty much bald, and he always wore toupees in his films. And you won't see him wear a gray one until he does True Grit from 1969. He always seems to have the belt buckle that he sports in so many scenes and so many movies with the Red River D brand, which is an homage to his first collaboration with Howard Hawks in Red River, that movie being done in 1948. Now, James Caan once stated that during a break, he and John Wayne got into an altercation over a game of chess. Caan actually accused him of cheating. Robert Mitchum had to jump in and intervene to cool things down. At the time that this production was made, there were constant rumors in Hollywood about John Wayne's health and Robert Mitchum's attitude on set, along with Howard Hawks' age, and whether or not they still had what it takes to match their past successes. They proved that it did, as it went on to be a box office smash. All that thinking kind of put the film into a category as an old man's movie when it was released, strictly because Howard Hawks was nearly 70 and the two stars were both middle-aged veterans. Now, one of the best roles in the film is played by Charlene Holt. She's such a highlight to these gruff cowboys and such a beauty on screen. She plays Maudie in the movie. When she was born, her original name was Verna Stavely until it was changed to Charlene Holt. She was a Texas-born girl who went on to participate in the Miss USA pageant in Long Beach, California. She then appeared in various TV commercials in 1958 and reportedly signed a $50,000 a year modeling contract at the age of 19. At one point, she was in a Revlon lipstick commercial when she was spotted by director Howard Hawks, who later cast her in two of his films, one being Man's Favorite Sport and this film. She had some assets to her body that made her stand out. Each year, the wool industry would crown what they called a sweater girl. In other words, somebody that filled out a sweater that made them stand out in public. Her assets were so remarkable that in October of 1958, she was crowned Miss Sweater Girl in a contest that was held in New York City. Sadly, Miss Holt passed away in April of 1996 at the age of 67. Go back and take another watch of this great film from Howard Hawks. It's always enjoyable to re-watch. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.